My name is Abimbola Olumi, the directress of Zehrah Montessori School. Yeah, on account of the allegations that was made to the school and was reported to the school on the 11th of March. From that day till this day, my stance is still the same, that the incision did not take place in the school.
My son goes to lesson. Yes, he goes to Arabic lesson too. The girl's mom is a Christian.
They both attend the same place, which is school.
So, but seeing all of them coming at once, I was surprised. That was my first reaction. I saw them from my office and I got up and went towards the door. They came in and the very first thing was that the child said, "Auntie," and I'm like, the same way I'm looking at you, like, "Auntie? Number one, we don't use auntie. That's the way I normally would talk. Number one, we don't use auntie in this school." I said, everybody calls every teacher by their name, and there and there. So while they were still at it, I said, okay, let's assume the 2.5 is not talking. I know very well how Alamin speaks. And I called him also. Alamin, what happened? He answered, he said he does not know. And the mother now reiterated that he would not like to answer, that he's afraid. I'm like, why are they afraid? Why are they afraid? These are children that have been used to me.
Who put paper in your bag? Where did Nancy took you to when she put paper? In the bedroom.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By the following Tuesday that she's talking about, that they went to the school.
So I said, okay, I would like to see the footage of 28th of February, the last time Killer was in school. She said, oh, their camera is actually not working for now. They have issues with this and that. She has been trying to call the engineer. The engineer is not yet here, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, no problem.
Ordinarily, on my phone, I should be able to access the camera. So the moment I did that, even the screen was right in front of me, it's normally in front of me in my office. This is a recent problem. It will show a red mark saying disk exception. What it means is that I cannot access the camera as at then to get anything, any record, or see whatever is happening. Nevertheless, the camera is working. We are seeing live videos of people interacting in the school and all of that, which they saw that the camera was actually on. The moment they left, I called in the engineer that the camera is having that issue. Now, before then, I have also called this man during this cycle to show him that, oh, we're having this issue after it has been fixed, say, around January this year. We had similar issue in December. We changed the hard drive. We were also made to buy a UPS in addition to the inverter. So that same day, which is the 11th, that they came around, this is the color, can you see? 2:27. And then, by the time it was the night, he came and he was able to fix it. So when he did, I went to 28th of February. I saw that, yes, we could see I was very happy, because if you could get a footage from 9:48 thereabout till 12:15, first off, the first thing in my heart is that, oh, if anybody is going to even do incision, and we see this child moving around all through the playground till 12:15 when she got back to class, then who will now go ahead and do incision after 12 when the child will soon be going on like 2 o'clock? That was my first joy that this already something clears. Then 27th, there was footage, full footage of 27th. 26th, there was no footage. So when I realized all of this, I told them, I got the footage and got it ready because they promised to come Wednesday. I prepared, I got the footage, got it on my system, so project it to the larger screen when they can see it. They didn't show up. Nevertheless, I had to also make sure that, I have evidences that show that as at that day in my estate, there were problems of, electricity. You can see all the emojis of residents showing that we have an unusual problem in our estate as at that. So now, we have seen 26, 27 is still there. Good evening at Matagba. What is happening again? There's light everywhere in Arepo and we don't have light at Babarnide. This is this street. So, you will see. Now, In fact, we are very sure about Babarinde being in total blackout. Please help us. 28th. Can you see that? This is 7 o'clock. If you look at this, you will see people saying, Matagba, thank you. Did this and that and that. Thanks, Matagba, for the restoration of light in Babarinde. I hope that our other streets in the estate will also be resolved. That's how people call him out. He was the one that got the electrician, the NEPA people that day to come around and fix Kolade Babarinde's issues. So the little time that we didn't have light was because we've had power outage since 26th, 27th, 28th. So we will only rely on solar. We had to go to the extra mile of getting the CCTV event log. This event log is from the 25th to 28th of February. When you look at this, you see what I've highlighted. Did anybody start recording? Yes. Did anybody stop? You will see from the event log. Expired video, picture, you will see. So this is it. We have 128 logs. All you will see is start recording. Experts in this can confirm this. If you look through, you will never see anywhere where recording was stopped to show that nobody tampered with the CCTV footage.
Because that thing, they did it very tiny. You wouldn't know until it started itching.
There is another aunt of Alamin named Toyin. When the incident in February happened, it was one of the repeated things that the mother was saying, that Kela was saying, beat auntie. That was to Toyin. Those ones that are friends to the mom. Toyin is a friend. She's called bestie of Kela's mom. A friend to Kela's mom and also Yakudi. And that is Alamin's aunt. So whatever it is, however they mingle, it is in unraveling this thing we will understand. Those are the loopholes that I have been raising that seem to be like, come on, leave that one, we are not related, we don't know ourselves. No, these are. So sometimes you might not pick Kela and drop Kela at Alamin's place, but Kela could be in the company of Toyin or Yakudi. Are you with me? Whatever, who would you know?
At that point, we reported to Wawa police station.
And we were there for 12 hours. The investigating officers took our statements, asked questions, probed, and at a point in the evening, they came around past 12. At a point in the evening, they asked me to just get into the car. They're coming to my school. And they went, and I went with them. They were taking pictures of all the cameras, to the point that they saw that there is camera under the stairs. Everywhere, no hidden place. So, of course, they are carrying out their investigations. We went all together to the DPO's office. I was seated. My teacher was seated. The lawyer was seated. Kela's dad and mom was seated. The two investigating officers were seated. Of course, I've never been in that kind of environment to know how it happens. They read out what and said. Having done all the investigations, they found out that there were no evidences to suggest that it happened in the school, and that there are loopholes from their end with respect to they not reporting as and when the incision was seen. What I have done was to just make sure all that is going to be used to show that there is openness and clarity in this are there. I never knew it's going to get to the point of the closing the school or court. In fact, it was a deliberate act by Alamin's grandfather to stall interrogation of the IPO and Alamin on that Monday that led the case to the courts. You will see that it was the Commissioner of Police himself that took it. It wasn't them. I was hearing persistent, loud noise from, I thought the parent was on the call, so I got up to find out what was happening. Then I'm like, oh, I'm not going to agree. I'm like, what happened? The teacher was on duty that day. And the mother said, she slapped my daughter. I said, Then I looked at the child, I saw the mark. And the teacher said, I said, what happened? The teacher said, oh, that she didn't slap. I said, please, come off this. They know when I'm dealing with them. Come off this. Don't even tell that to me. She was still trying to it didn't happen. I said, no, right there outside. Not minding whoever, because that's me when it comes to the truth. You don't just twist me this and that. She was like, oh, can we go inside? I said, no, speak right here. The mom can testify to it. Speak right here and tell me what happened. And she said, oh, she indeed hit. I said, goodness, why will you do this? What is it? As in, look at you, look at the child. Why will you do this? This is hideous. Like, why on earth will you do this? Of course, the mother is still outraged, and I like calming her down. I was just apologizing. Like, I'm sorry about this. Like, I'm sorry. This is hurting. What I'm saying. So she called the husband and all of that. The husband said, oh, tomorrow they are coming. But right same day, before I closed, I called the same teacher, drove her to the woman, Alami's grandma, that referred this woman to apologize. We went to her shop, we apologized. I apologized. Alami's grandma apologized. We didn't just go alone. She went with a letter of apology. As at the end of the cycle, all my teachers were made to write a letter of undertaking. I wouldn't go and conspire and make this kind of incident happen to the same family. I mean, I don't see how, in my right senses, I will be condoning that.